What you are about to hear next is what I like to call the Tony flop.
If you paid attention to PTI over the last 2.5 years, you know that there are people that Wilbon bangs around all the time and people that I bang around all the time. Wilbon bangs around Bud Selig, Bobby Knight, and George Steinbrenner probably more than anybody else. And it would be in this order: Knight, Selig, Steinbrenner.
Right.
Okay? I bang around. See, Wilbon likes to bang around old, white, rich guys. It's as simple as that. I have banged around more than anybody else Brian Billick.
Yes.
Right?
Preening schmo.
Preening schmo a number of times. And I banged around Yao Ming, but not like I banged around Brian Billick, because I don't care about Yao Ming. Brian Billick incurred my wrath and my enmity during the Super Bowl when he was just unbelievably dismissive and insulting of writers. Mm-hmm. I'm a sports writer. You do that to them, you do it to me. You know, it's as simple as that. Wilbon likes Billick a lot, and they have a good relationship, and that's fine. I can't stand a guy who thinks he's the smartest guy in the room all the time, which is what I thought about Billick. And I have grudgingly said he's a very, very good coach. Right, Andy? I've said that.
They're successful, yes.
Yeah, he's a very good coach. He knows what he's doing. But I've taken great glee at the fact that he can't get a quarterback because he came from Minnesota with a reputation as a quarterback genius. And every year without fail, the quarterback he starts out with does not finish the season with him. Without fail. Mm-hmm. You can look this up.
Well, this year by injury, but yeah.
Without fail, the quarterback he gives the job to doesn't finish the season. Mm-hmm. Okay. When he finally got a good quarterback who got him to the Super Bowl, or at least didn't screw it up and helped win the Super Bowl, who's that guy?
Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer.
Cut him loose.
He got rid of him.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, didn't even keep him. On the train ride up on Saturday, I'm sitting in the Acela train. I took the 9 o'clock in the morning train. I'm sitting there, maybe about 10:30 or so. About 9:40, you get to Baltimore. About 10:20, you get to Wilmington. About 10:40, you get to Philadelphia. You know, I mean, I know the stops. I've taken the train a lot. Somewhere between Wilmington and Philadelphia, guy comes over to me, stands. I'm in a single seat. Guy comes over, stands over me, tall guy. Reaches out his hand, says, "Tony, I'm Brian Billick. I thought we ought to meet."
Wow.
Okay? Whoa. So we chat for a little while, and I say, "You can't do this, Brian. You know, I smash around." He says, "Yeah, that's pretty fun. It's pretty funny stuff. You smash me, I smash you, but I just want to tell you," we start to chat. We begin to chat about Terrell Owens and other things. We end the chat with him saying, "I ought to come on PTI, and you ought to start smashing me, and then we ought to turn and both smash Wilbon." And I said, "I don't know that I can do that. This has put me in a very awkward situation. What's put me in an awkward situation is now he's my best friend."
Oh, God.
Here's what he did. Come on now.
Oh, no,
he
not
came
one
over
of these.
to me.
No,
he
you're not gonna do
introduced
this again.
himself.
Oh.
He was funny. He was charming.
Is this all it takes?
He told me all about their plans for Terrell Owens, and he said, "Look, you got to give the guy time to vent. This isn't where he wanted to go. He'll be with us. He'll be great with us." He goes on and on. He couldn't have been nicer. He was on his way to Newark, New Jersey. He was getting off in Newark. He was apparently giving a clinic, and he had on his big, hideous Super Bowl ring with the Ravens, and it's gigantic. It's got a raven and diamonds on it. It's just enormous. And he said, "Yeah, I do this because it's a clinic, and you know everybody wants to see it, and so on and so forth." I don't know what to do, Andy. He couldn't have been nicer.
Yeah, but you do
I
this
don't know what to do.
all the time now. The old Tony used to hold grudges. But
well,
now
I
that
held
you're
it for 3 years.
Now that you're on TV and they recognize you and seek you out.
And this is why I don't want to go anywhere.
You've become like a wet noodle. You just flop right over for these people.
Chad, what do I do about this?
Bury the hatchet.
Oh, come on.
It's time. It's time.
No.
I mean, it's so easy.
You can't live like this, Tony. You're tired enough.
Yeah,
and you kill Wilbon for this all the time.
I know, but I'm admitting it up front. I don't know what to do about it. This is why I shouldn't go anywhere. I shouldn't allow myself to be in a position where somebody could be nice to me, and then I'd have to be nice to them.
Doesn't take
I don't
much.
want to do that.
Gosh, you got to meet.
It's just pathetic.
You're eating out of their hands.
Now I like this guy. We're going to end up being golf partners, for God's sakes.
Here comes Tony's mailbag, got your email, faxes, and your notes. Here comes Tony's mailbag, gonna read some for all you folks.
50 emails here. I'm going to read about 10 or 12. killing me on Brian Billick.
Killing you.
Daniel in Spokane, Washington. My God, how easy can you get? All Brian Billick has to do is sweet talk you, and all is forgiven after years of enmity. He could have at least given you some flowers and chocolate, maybe a nice bottle of Bordeaux. Nice job rolling over, you wimp. From Brenda McElroy. Help! One of the things I've admired about you has been your opinion of Coach Brian Billick. Now you say he's your new best friend. Help! What's next? You'll meet the current president and afterwards start campaigning for him? This from Derek Johnson, Webb City, Missouri. You and Brian Billick are bosom buddies now? What's up next? Flights across country, Led Zeppelin box set cranked up in the infinity? Don McGraw at Syracuse, New York. Tony, you're pathetic. Brian Billick's now your best friend. I bet if Miles Brand flashed you a smile in a bar, you'd be buying him a drink. By the end of the night, you'd be necking in the corner like Angelina Jolie and anybody else.
Yeah.
Frank in Owings Mill, Maryland. Now I really believe the end is near of civilization. After befriending Brian Billick, what's next? A cafe latte at Starbucks with Ann Curry?
Ooh.
Jameson, Rochester, New York. You're something else. This guy Billick has pulled one over on you. He has proven to everyone that he is the smartest guy in the room. He got you to like him. I bet he's sitting there in his office laughing at you with all his coaches saying, that'll teach Kornheiser to call me a preening schmo. Man, oh man, are you a dope. Whatever happened to the grudge-holding Satchmo we knew to love? You gotta like these things. Lou in Ellicott City, Maryland. I just thought you should know I was at the clinic that Billick did. I overheard him talking to some of the coaches. He said he just totally snowballed some old orange guy on the train up. Something about how he never met a bigger sucker, and he was and always will be the smartest guy in the room. He told everybody to listen to your show and hear you gush about him. Man, you are getting old and tired and soft. You stink.
Yeah.
This from Yao Ming. I'm planning to take the 9 a.m. Acela on Saturday morning, so I hope you'll save me a seat across the aisle from you. We'll have a few hours together where you can show me some man love. After that, we can schedule a foursome with you, me, Brian Billick, and Sid Rosenberg. From Bryce in Mount Airy, Maryland. You make me sick. Brian Billick's so-called offensive genius wins games through his defensive coordinators, and when he loses, he whines like Maggie after trying to knock over your dog-proof trash can. Stick to being the bald, fat orange man and not the bald, fat, flip-flopping orange man. The oldest from Ian Castleberry. The old Tony used to hold grudges. Amen, Andy Poley. Keep it real, dog. We love our Mr. Tony angry, resentful, and curmudgeonly. Chalk it up to exhaustion, perhaps. But we see what's happening. Tony's leaving and is attempting to rebuild bridges and extend olive branches to everyone he's slammed over the years. Listen to this one. Dear Mr. Tony, I'd like to introduce myself. I've always found you and your show to be very entertaining. Can we be new best friends? Sincerely, Randall Bloomquist. All right, you're all right. Brian Billick's a preening schmo. He stinks. I'm not letting him on my good side.
Yeah.
I'm not letting him on my good side.
Don't change.
Rocky in Brookville, Ohio. During your final week, you should ban all guest calls and emails. You can go on a week-long, spittle-flying, bug-eyed rant against management, Led Zeppelin, Ann Curry, exploding manhole covers, the lack of capes in modern fashion, the Grateful Dead, and faulty dog-proof home appliances. Scott in New Jersey. Satch, I've been trying to decide what to send you and Andy as a thank you. It seems all the good gifts have been given. I've spent all my money on my upcoming wedding. I have no story of dying fathers or 6-hour commutes to see a sick sibling. All I have is my heartfelt thanks for these past years of humor and all else your show brings. So that's very, very
You
good.
read so many emails now.
Yeah, this is what I do.
God.
Here's from Greg Gondel in Virginia Beach. Satch, you are a woman. You are Lily Von Stupp from Blazing Saddles. Because you're coming and going and you're tired. By the way, you have to call my wife every day when the show goes off the air. Every day I hear about the show, and I get my talking. I don't read this. Wilbon is here. They don't want me to be friends with your boy Billick.
It's too bad, because I knew you'd like him. You know why?
I hate him.
Because you guys are the same guy.
I hate him
That's
now.
the part. You know what? You may as well take callers, because you have 9 segments now where all you do is read these emails.
I love the emailers.
You don't even know how to email. You don't even know how to log on a computer
No.
and send or receive an email.
But
knows
I
how to
love the
receive.
emails. The emails are all pleasant, and they all want Lupica dead. Lupica attacked me on Sports Reporters. And
Did you attack back?
Well, I didn't have much time, but what he said was that I wonder if you're going to put on women's clothing for the next segment, and I said, I'd like to, but you always keep it locked up in your car.
Ooh.
You know, I mean, really. And then a bunch of emails.
Good
Said, "Why don't you-"
comeback.
And don't you get emails all the time when you sit across from him that you should smack him in the head?
Not emails. I get this from people like store clerks and flight attendants and hotel concierges.
The people have spoken.
Who they do. They say, you know what? The next time you're on Sports Reporters, can you do me a favor? And I say, what? And they go, just kill Lupica.